Welcome back. In this last video for this first series of tutorials, I want to show you the different ways with which you can estimate a regression in Excel. And the first one we already saw. We can go ahead and do all the calculations that we want by using matrix algebra, but that's going to be quite time consuming every time. So instead we have some other options in Excel. The first one is to go to Data and Data Analysis. In order for this Data Analysis toolpack to show in your Data window, you need to first go to File, Options, go to Add-ins, and then where it says Analysis Toolpack, press Go, and make sure that you have Analysis Toolpack and Analysis Toolpack VBA checked, and press OK. As soon as you do that, then in the Data window, you're going to get this little thing that says Data Analysis. So let us press Data Analysis over here, which will allow us to run regression, but it also allows you for other type of calculations, such as an ANOVA test, descriptive statistics, which you will see in other videos. What we want to do in this video is we want to run a regression. So I'm going to click on Regression, and it's going to ask me where my Y range is. So I'm just going to input the data for Y, including the name. We have to be careful though, since I included the name, I have to check on labels. And I'm going to put for my input X range all the information that I have for my X variables over here. Now I'm almost ready to press OK and run the regression. However, I need to specify for Excel where I want the information to be placed. So I'm going to say the output range over here is going to be on H1. I don't want any residuals, standardized residuals, or any type of plots. We will see them later on in future videos in more relevant problems that we will examine. So let me press OK, and as you can see, I can get the results over here, an output window. We get exactly the same results that we estimated earlier. So you see over here the beta coefficients for the intercept x1, x2, and x3. And you see here the standard errors and the t-statistics, which are exactly the same as we estimated earlier. Now, one problem with this feature is that when you change the data, as you can see, nothing really happens. What we would like, however, is to have some type of an estimate that allows us to update the data and get the new results immediately. Another way with which we can estimate regression coefficients in Excel is by using the linest command, L-I-N-E-S-T, and in order for us to do that, I have to highlight first a large enough region, since I'm going to be working with arrays, and I'm going to write equal to L-I-N-E-S-T. And as soon as I do that, Excel is asking me for the known Y's, and in my case, I'm just going to highlight column B, data. The known X's, so I have columns C through E. And then I'm going to say true, so that Excel adds a constant. And I'm also going to say true, so that I can get some additional statistics which are related to the ANOVA table, the t-statistics, and the standard error. Now please note that I cannot press enter here, because if I press enter, all I'm going to get is one single number. Instead, what I want to do is I want to hold Control-Shift down, and as I'm holding Control-Shift down, now I'm going to press enter. And this is the reason why I highlighted a large enough area, so that you guys can see, so that we can make sure that all the results are displayed properly. As you can see over here, I have my constant, and then I have my x1 coefficient, my x2 coefficient, and my x3 coefficient results. In the first line, I have the coefficients, which are equivalent to the results that we got earlier. In the second line, I have my standard errors, which we can also see over here. And then in the third line, I get my R square. And we have some additional statistics, such as the F statistic and the residual sum of squares and the estimated sum of squares, as well as the degrees of freedom. So I'm going to let you compare this with the results that we get from the data analysis toolpack, but those are two very useful methods with which we can estimate the coefficients for multiple regression in Excel.